Now, hold on. Attempt number 2.
Make sure we're actually live this time, Josh.
I'm making. Oh, hey, look! I just got a notification. Did you know we're live?
Hey, we're live again.
Hi, let's try this again. Okay, look.
We are not technical geniuses.
It's 2 Geeks, 1 Mic. We are live. It's cosplay time. I am Josh. This is my brother.
Eamon.
And tonight we are doing
Pauldron.
We're doing so we're working on a warder cosplay. We're trying to make some functional leather armor.
Totally functional.
For a warder from the Wheel of Time book series and TV show.
Right.
It's going to be awesome. This is going to be really fun. This is going to be really cool.
We're excited.
First things first. Show them your other leather projects that you've done in the past. So, like, just to give you an idea of where we're at, like, we're not craftsmen.
Skill.
We don't have a lot of experience doing leather, and by that I mean we don't have. Like, I made a wallet in Cub Scouts when I was like 9.
From one of those buy your own.
Where the buy your own kit was like everything was pre-cut and pre-drilled and
everything.
You get the little leather cord and you wove it up and
whatever. Exactly.
Eamon, also you have that same level of.
Mm-hmm. I got the leatherworking merit badge. At least got the badge.
Hey, I got the badge too.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're both Eagle Scouts.
No way.
Because we're geeks.
Even more geeky. There you go. It is more geeky.
Okay, so.
No, but just to give you an idea, like I said, we are not great craftsmen. And the whole point we love, especially, you watch the videos and everyone does it perfect every time, and then you try it and it doesn't come out perfect, you get disappointed. We've all done that. So, like, this is the first thing I probably made. It's a leather sheath for this resin dagger I have, which we're probably going to attempt to make at some point as well. But I bought this from a guy who makes resin daggers. I love it. I think it's cool. So I attempted to make this sheath for it, so I can put it in my belt. And you can see it works. It's functional. It's not really pretty.
But look how pretty it is.
You see my stitching job, and it's not cut well. I mean,
it's so good.
But it's what I did.
It's so good.
And then also, this, I will fully admit, was pre-cut belt. I just kind of put it together. It was pre-cut. All I did was add the loop at the end with the very uneven in spots punches. Put those in, and then I punched all the runes in and painted them red. And I also dyed the leather black to make it pop and stand out. But as you can see, still not my best work. Probably the only thing that really turned out great, even though I still screwed it up quite a bit, were these. Bought a bunch of bottles from Michael's, a couple different styles and sizes. And then I made these leather, if you can see them. It's doing a weird thing on the camera. Don't know why it's doing that.
Because it's green leather.
And
we have a green. Oh, am I on the right brand?
Yeah, green screen.
I think I do have the green screen. Hold on, let me.
The black power green screen on. See, we're totally
so
professionals.
We're so good at this.
We're amazing at this.
Bam. Okay, now try it. Oh God!
No, you just made it worse.
What? What is happening?
None.
No background. There it is.
Now you're good.
Now try it.
We're obviously technical geniuses.
There it is.
Now you can see it.
All right,
so,
perfect.
I dyed the leather green. I created these. You can see my major mistake with these is I pinned them backwards. Now the back of the leather is showing.
Yeah.
Instead of the nice, pretty front of the leather. So, like I said, we're not great craftsmen, but I still love them. I got good compliments on them at the last Gathering of Madness convention that we were at.
That's exactly what it was, Andrew. It was a BTP plug. We are creating a warder cosplay. My other show is Black Tower Podcast, which is an organization in the Wheel of Time books. Has not yet been introduced into the TV show. But warders and people at the Black Tower are not the same a thing. So,
no.
You should know that. You should know that going into this.
100%. But, so, that's the kind of the start of leatherworking that I've done with now that I have time to do that.
The comments are lit
The comments are
tonight
lit from one Andrew.
From one Andrew, and now we got more chatty up in chat. What's up, guys? Okay, so we've gone over what like our current proficiency of leatherworking.
We're like level
Like,
half.
you know, there's congratulations. There is now a level 0.
And it's us. 100%.
Okay, so one of the things we've learned, one of the things we've looked at as we've started doing this is step 1 is to have a template or a pattern to work with.
Yeah.
You may have noticed some of these folded
papers
that we've got laying about, and to the untrained eye, to the uninitiated, they are just scraps of paper. But for those of you who know, these are very important pieces of the process.
100%. These are what I did yesterday. If you look, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. Anyway, one of these nights, if you go back on our Instagram, I posted about it. I made these. I got the idea from a YouTube channel called Skill Tree. He makes a bunch of stuff. I hate you. Comments are great. Anyway, so I created these. These are for my shoulder specifically. So I measured them out, cut, and got them. And then I even had them all taped together. If you go look at the Instagram post, to where it actually made the entire piece. Technically, did I only need 2 of them because these are the exact same piece, just cut out twice? Yes, but it's nice to put them all together so you know how it looks, the mobility, things of that nature. You could also go on Instagram, Etsy, or several other websites and buy templates. They sell them. A lot of people make them and sell them, but it's not fun. They're gonna make our own.
Well, that's part of the thing. Part of the thing is if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
Exactly.
And our family motto is "Go big or go home,"
Mm-hmm.
which is fun because there is a vast majority of the time in which go home is an option. It's a solid option. Okay. Before we get too much further into this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons.
And the bell.
And the bell. Ring the bell. Ding it.
Ring the bell.
Ding, ding, ding,
You gotta know when we're going on.
Ring a ding a ding a ding a ding ding ding. Okay, get me do you have the tape measure? The little fabric tape measure?
Yes.
I figured it'd be cool to like show them like how we got the.
It might be over there.
Oh my god.
I know I'm horrible.
You're the worst.
I'm not a professional yet.
Yet.
Neither are you, so let's not talk.
Why are you the worst at everything? Why are you the worst at everything?
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we got this kind of a thing, right? I got like lens flare coming up from one of these. I'm gonna fix them. Okay. Anyway,
That one.
there it is. Anyway, whoa.
Ooh, I turned it off.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Screw it.
We'll figure it out later. Or I can go schwunk.
Oh, there we go.
No, it's a different one. Anyway, show them how you measured.
So,
I fix this.
The lovely lady who lives with me, my wife, her assistant. So basically, I was measuring backwards to get the length right here, to where it's not going to be too much to where I can't move my shoulder up and down, but still enough that it's like actually a protective piece of armor. Obviously, everybody's shoulder lengths, my chest is much bigger than Josh's. So we're measuring that. I did that pretty much for where every section I knew was going to be up and down the arm. And then we did a measurement from kind of here straight down the arm. So I knew how long I wanted it to be, where it's still going to be functional and nice. Good job. You got rid of the glare.
That is, thank you, Reese. That is the gods blessing us.
100%.
So anyway, we're measuring that.
Right. So we're measuring like length downwise the arm to make sure it's not too long. Because obviously we went through the elbow or something.
Let me get this jacket off so we can get a better idea.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So in this case, we're going, from where the top
would be.
Of the
sure,
armor.
we're not going to be in the way of the neck bending back and forth, things of that nature.
Because I'm going to need to be able to move
straight down the arm to however long you want it to be. And from that, you kind of section your pieces off to how long you want them to be. And then we were doing over the top of the shoulder like that. For the bigger pieces up top, so like I said, I've got 2 big plates that are going to go 1, 2, and then a smaller plate that's on the bottom. I'm only using 3. I've seen different patterns for like 3 or 4. It just kind of depends on how long and how big you want your arm to be. And then obviously measured around the arm like that for the smaller plate, just to know how long it was going to be.
Chat's on fire tonight, and I love it.
It's great.
So
after doing that,
now that you got your measurements,
I bought a big ass roll of craft paper.
I was about to say, it looks like butcher paper.
It almost looks like butcher paper, but it's just basic Hobby Lobby craft paper. And the trick to this is fold it, measure half of your length, and then cut it, and then you get a perfectly symmetrical full long piece. So you're not trying to cut the whole length and you screw up and you get it length. So that's why they've got a fold in them. So I only measured half my length and then cut the whole piece out.
Interesting. So you measured did you just draw a line at the top of your arm or something? And
basically.
Go down the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of. So like this, I measured across the top. I can't remember my exact measurements, but measured across the top, and then like I said, put it on top so I could see it. Put the whole thing together. Go check it on Instagram so you can see how it looked. I just used tape to keep it together because that's what we're going to do behind it is little leather straps. That's what's going to actually hold it all together. So tape works well to get that idea.
The puppy is here to say hi.
The war dog is here.
The war dog. Oh, should we make you armor?
I found a puppy.
If you guys want us to make puppy armor,
100%. Well, now it's going to happen. We've
got to
spoke it into existence.
It's happening.
She's a war dog anyway. She's a pit bull.
Okay, so we got that's how you got. Show them how all 3 of them we layer them together.
So basically,
we got 1 vote in the chat for doggy armor.
Me one.
Me, I want that.
So, like I was going to do the 2 pieces like that. If you want to hold those, Jeff.
Oh,
the tape is gone. So this is the 3rd smaller piece. Like I said, that's for down here, more around the bicep area, which will layer in kind of like there. And then I made it to where this piece actually will bend back and forth around the shoulder.
Imagine that.
Weird, right?
You want to have mobility.
You want mobility.
Mobility. Which is similar to authority.
So,
okay, so we got a unanimous in chat. Everybody wants.
I mean, obviously we're doing doggy armor. Okay, done. We'll do dog armor.
All right. Let's finish this project first, though.
We got a lot.
I'm going to put it on the list. Hold up. I'm going to put it on the list right now.
You have a list of projects.
We do. We have a list of projects.
Anyway, well, he does that.
While I do that.
So, stencils are made. This is key part. I didn't make them super fancy because this is our first time. And I'm sure I'm going to be making probably 3 or 4 more sets of these at some point with different
designs. It's my first time, DJ. Whoa!
Raw and hard all the way. No.
All right, there it is. Bam. You heard the man. Let's go!
So, super simple set, but that's just what we're going to do for now.
All right. I'm making the list
of different cosplays we're gonna do.
We gotta do okay, doggy armor. And then we gotta do what was there another one we were gonna do?
The
belt,
whatever you call them.
We'll put that on there too. Belt armor. Okay, cool. Now let's do this thing. Because this is the fancy. Here's a bit more technology. So you guys, when I lose, here we go. Nope, that's not that one. All right, here we go. Oh, did it work?
Holy
wait. Okay. Why isn't it working?
Because technology.
Bam!
There we go. That's what we wanted.
So now we've got the work area. I am going to fix it just a little bit.
More towards me.
So you'll be able to see the hands as he do the work. Okay, here, let me move that out of the way.
So we have our piece of leather here. So we bought a giant.
Show them the thickness.
Basically,
this is some thick ass leather.
This is a half cow. It's literally known as a half hide piece. I cut this chunk off of it, and this isn't probably this maybe a quarter of it.
A little bit more wieldy,
right?
But look, like just seriously, like put it up in the camera, like just show everybody how thick this shit is. Like
I think it's called a 9 mil.
It's
9
not. There's no way anything's getting through that.
Yeah. Once we get this tightened and watered, it's gonna look really good. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. So what we got to do is we got to take the pattern. We got to put the pattern to the leather, and then we've got to
mark it out.
We got to mark it up so we can cut out the leather.
Right. Leather is expensive. Remember that.
Oh yes.
So this entire piece of hide that we bought cost us around $200.
Correct.
Bought it from Tandy Leather, which is a big leather supply. You can buy leather a lot of different places, I've found. Depending on the thickness, what type it is. But this is what they call veg tan. It's your basic most leather. It's the most easy to work with. It's so what most leather people say, start working with veg tan and then move on to more complicated leathers as you move up. So it's expensive. So we're going to try to cut it as best we can to use as much of the leather as possible.
I would even say, because this is pretty much a straight line, I would even say just go right up to it.
Yeah. It's a little off, but I mean, if we just go right up like that, that should be all right. Yeah, and I mean, we can trim that. It's going to be trimmed and laid out.
You'll want a little bit of room because there's bevelers and edgers and
which we're going to show you everything of that we use. I have a whole kit. You can buy a My First Leather kit, basically anywhere. And then you'll discover how much you love leather tools and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on more tools. So we're just going to trace out our design to the best of my ability, which is not great.
Well, and if you notice too, like he's going slow because really, if there's one thing I really suck at when it comes to craft projects, is taking my time and doing it slowly.
100%, yes, 100%. And like I said, we're here to be a channel that screws things up.
Oh yeah, we're going to mess this up.
Yeah, probably, but that's okay because not everything.
You know what? I already even thought of something that we probably could have done.
Taped it down?
No, well, taped it down, yeah. But like, instead of doing this where you get the beveled edges, we should have done like back-to-back flat edges.
Maybe.
That would have been. I'll bet that would have been a little bit more effective use of space.
I'll figure it out. There are plenty of videos of what to do with your scrap leather too, though, which we're going to play around with and probably make more fun stuff because we're whatever. We're going to use every piece we can. Okay. That looks pretty good. And like I said, these are the exact same piece. I just cut them out twice just so I could kind of see. They're not perfect, exactly the same, but they're close. So just use the same one and go twice. So I know they are going to be exactly the same piece. Crazy. Like I said, this isn't a perfect straight line. You got some weird divots, but that's okay. We can clean up the edges.
Yeah. The other thing is with the leather being so expensive, you want to have as little waste as possible.
100%.
When you're cutting things out. So, but at the same time, you do still need some room between them.
Oh yeah, especially because remember when we get this wet, it's going to shrink.
Yeah. When you measured, did you compensate for that?
Yeah, a little bit extra.
All right.
Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to look good. It doesn't get super tight. So like the sheath I showed you guys, this is actually water formed for the blade itself.
So what that means is when he put the blade, so when he did this one, he messed. You can actually see it kind of retains
The
some of its shape even without the resin dagger being in there. So what that means though is when he measured it out, wrapped it around the knife, sewed it up, and then sewed it up
before I sewed it,
and then got it wet, and then put the dagger in there.
Yeah.
And let the leather sort of shrink up around it to form around the object.
It was actually before I sewed it. So you wet it down, you let it soak up as much water as possible that it soaks into the pores. And then as it dries out, the pores and everything tighten up. And you literally just like use your hand and form it. So whenever you see any kind of sheath or something like that, that'll probably more professional leather workers use. I am a witch. How'd you know?
They want to measure you against a duck and see if you weigh less than a duck.
There's less than a duck.
Also, you turned Reese into a newt. That was very rude.
I'm sorry, Reese. You got better.
Yeah.
Yes. If you don't know that geeky reference,
that's right.
Go away.
Go educate yourself. Go get Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail
and educate yourself.
I want to watch that. Maybe we should watch that after this.
Maybe.
I bet we could do like geeky watch parties. Watch geeky movies.
Oh, 100%.
That would be awesome. Like, okay, dude, you know what? I'm going to back up real quick. I'm just going to give you some space. You just take the stage.
I am
just over here. Just
doing the smaller piece.
You need to like move over there anyway. You're off camera.
Am I?
Yeah. Oh my God. Stop sucking so bad.
I'm not a professional. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this done. No.
Oh shit.
Oh Lord.
Oh God, that's too good. Oh man.
All right. Outlines done. I don't know how well you can see the pin outlines light, but
yeah, those lights are crazy. We should get a.
We're gonna have to fix our lighting situation. Okay, so put all this to the side. All right. Another thing I discovered while I starting my leather working stuff, having a mat underneath your leather so you don't cut your table, very important. I've got some nice scars in my table now from not having a mat. So I've got a mat here, and then this is a pounder mat for when we pound the leather and put our little designs and things like that into it.
Do you want to do?
Do you want to do? Yeah, I want to do.
Which one do you want? I got the cherry or the Mystic Punch.
So now for the fun part, cutting the leather out. I have this X-Acto blade. Where's the camera? There it is. I'm not there. Very precise and good for those like turning cuts. And then I also use, this is just a fabric wheel blade. Oh, gosh. That we'll use for more of the straight lines so we can just get it done. So let's start with that. I'll just get the side pieces cut out. And then I'll use the X-Acto for the rest of it. And the Lumi dog.
Lumi dog is here. Lumi dog is here. She's getting all the face squishes. Huh. Getting all the face squishes because you're cute. Yes. Official 2 geeks, 1 mic mascot.
And with a leather this thick, you're not going to get through it on the first pass. Just be aware of that. So be careful, but you'll eventually get through it. And obviously,
so once again, stressing taking your time.
Yeah, because I'm already off my path.
Slowly.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll be okay.
Will we?
Yes.
Well, this is your Pauldron, so.
It's
See,
my first Pauldron.
I elected to do the second Pauldron so that we can learn all the mistakes. But notice, like I said, like he said earlier, he is going over the lines twice. We did elect to go for the thicker leather because it was, again, recommended that it starts out for beginner leather crafters, and we want to make this like as functional as possible. No, we're not going into battle tomorrow, okay? But we want to know what the process is to make these things like functional. Like that's it. We're intrigued. This is why we're here. It's a journey.
And I've always said, with all the tools and technology we have today, yeah, we can make things perfect. But you got to think, the guy who was doing this 1,000 years ago, this stuff didn't look that perfect. There's no way it did.
Well, or did it because the guy had made 10,000 pauldrons?
Yeah, true.
Like
he got the technique down for sure.
You get to the point where, I mean, we're gonna make one pauldron. It's probably gonna take us a couple months, but not because we suck that bad, but because we only record
every other week.
Every other week at the moment. But point being, you probably have master leather craftsmen who could probably bang one of these out in an afternoon.
Oh, easy.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So like measure, cut, rivet, bevel, decorate, harden, all that in and after. Like I feel like all of that could be done much more quickly by someone who's experienced and knows what they're doing. 100%. It is very dull, is what it's
going dead. Yeah.
Do you have replacements?
I do have replacements. I was smart and bought my tool chest.
More shoddy. You know what? That's not a bad idea.
What do you?
It's on the. I mean, caveman. Changing out the blade. Now, I will say, okay, so as far as the blade goes, you've actually cut out a bunch of stuff with that blade, right?
Oh,
how
yeah,
How much have you used that blade?
All of the pieces for the bottles, the
which
sheath myself, and then a bunch of like fun just things I was cutting out just to test it, because I've been testing and playing. Like I said, I bought, if you remember from the last episode, I bought a bunch of scrap leather pieces that you can buy basically anywhere. And it allows you to test and play with stuff without screwing up the stupid expensive leather you buy. So I've cut quite a bit. That blade's probably lasted me a good month or two now, from playing every few days with it. Oh yeah, much better. Like I said, taking your time to try to cut it.
I'm just messing with the lighting so that hopefully
we're not getting too much glare off of it.
Yeah, because it's that leather's washed out real good. So what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, it is super light.
In the future, we're gonna see if we can get like a ring light or something like that, a little bit of a softer light.
This one.
Look, that's a little better though.
Yeah, a little bit. So this is super light. Like I said, this leather they especially suggest you start with because it takes dye really well, so you can make it any color you want. Whereas other leathers, you're going to have to go with specific colors if you want to dye them, or you're going to have to not dye them at all because they won't take the color. But we want to dye ours whatever color we want, which I have several different dyes now, which I'll probably buy some more, and we'll see what colors we come up with.
You know, that's the other thing is we have a whole like litany of colors to choose from. I am legitimately surprised at how many different colors are in this leather store.
Oh yeah.
For this whole purpose. It was great.
Yeah. Like I said, where we go is it's Tandy Leather. It's a literal retail store for anything leatherworking. They're across the United States, everywhere. They have Tandy Leather courses you could sign up for leatherworking if you wanted to. Some of the stores offer classes at night, so we might look into doing one of those sometime if they actually do them. Depends on the store. But it's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed leatherworking for the short time I've been doing it. Even though I screwed most of it up. There we go. Okay. This last little bit.
Boom! Bam! Okay. First piece is cut out. Whew. Look at that. Wow, 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 wow. It's like auto adjusting to the light.
Nice.
So once again, this is a real trust the process kind of a thing. But
your edges are going to be a little rough no matter how you cut it. But we have a technique that we're going to show you how we smooth those out and things like that. So make it look more professional. It's not going to be perfect.
It's not candy, Andrew, as Candy. It's Tandy, Tango, Alpha, November, Delta, Yankee.
Oh, sorry. My accent.
Yo, Texan is coming out, boy.
Tandy Leather. You can look them up online. They are everywhere.
While he's cutting out, I will take this moment to throw out a plug to a fundraiser that's happening. The Wheel of Time community is doing a Wada Holiday fundraiser this weekend. It's going to be awesome. You're not going to want to miss out. We're raising money for the Lightweaver Foundation. And I hear through the grapevine that myself and Andrew from the Black Tower podcast will be rocking some glitter beards. Mm-hmm. Just saying. I'm just throwing that at you. So let's do it. You guys got to be there. If you're listening to this or if you're watching this after the Wada Holiday is on, I'm going to get the dates right now because I'm a smart person who tells people things that they can actually quantify. If you're watching this after December 2nd or 3rd, you have missed the Wada Holiday. It is a 24-hour long stream. So Wada Holiday being W-O-T, a holiday, all one word. It's going to be awesome. Like I said,
awesome.
The Black Tower podcast will be rocking it in glitter beards, but don't tell anybody at Wada Holiday that. We want it to be a surprise. It's going to be awesome. Good information to have. Piece number 2.
Boom. You see, I got better at it. I got faster.
Yeah, I did. Look at that. We're learning already. So this is we're gonna layer. Maybe I should layer it properly. So those are gonna be layered like that, and they're gonna be riveted so that we can
actually move them. Yeah, it's gonna look good.
That's cool. But it's still a little stiff, obviously. But
I'll change. We're wetting it out.
We're gonna get it wet so that it's more agreeable.
Did we mention this is not a kitchen?
Hi, how's everybody?
All right.
Oh, I'm not even drunk yet. I'm so mad.
You haven't drank anything.
I know. It's upsetting.
We're gonna work on that.
We will. We will work on
that.
All
right. Let's get this
bigger piece out of the way. Big leather out of the way. I'm gonna roll that up. Maybe
get this little bit.
It doesn't like me, so maybe not. Oh yeah.
Boom. And that is the 3rd piece. So finally got those done. So yeah, we'll figure out the length for these. 1, 2.
For those of you who don't know, in the chat, when Kelly talks about talking to Kelly, she does not have a personality disorder. We have friend Kelly, and then Eamon's wife's
Wife
name
Kelly.
is also Kelly.
The Kellys.
We have the Kellys.
Yes.
So yeah, oh yeah, we got them all. You're getting told on.
I'm getting told on. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay,
so this will be the basic setup for it. Is what I'm thinking. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so this comes to the next sort of piece though, because
Cap your blade.
I
want to see. Maybe
how do
bring
you
up the other camera? How's that look?
should we
Make that one bigger now? Ooh. See, it's still stiff, obviously.
right?
But that's going to be the general concept, and then we'll take this piece and layer it underneath. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but it's not going to work. Anyway, I like the length of where that's sitting. Because this was our main concern of where.
Well,
it's
yeah,
sit
and
on
here's
my
also I almost wonder if you want to like kind of cut into that a little bit so it doesn't irritate your neck, but that's something we can do as we go. We can make the whole thing,
right,
get it to the very end, and then have him wear it around for an afternoon. And if it's rubbing anywhere,
we'll see. We'll see how quickly we get through this. But I like how that's looking.
Okay, so next bit. So we've made a pattern.
Yeah,
we've cut it out. How? What do we do to adhere them? Well, to connect them together.
So that'll come after we form them.
So we got to form them now.
You want to form them first.
So we need to get. So I need to go grab like a tub of water for you to soak these in.
I'm trying to think if you want to form them first. Well, probably the first thing we want to do is bevel the edges and get those cleaned up.
Oh, okay. So let's clean up the edges.
Yeah, we want to clean up the edges. So
Clean
we
up the
do
edges.
still need water though.
So I'm gonna go back.
If you want to.
I'm gonna go
Get some
Bam.
water in that for me.
Bam.
So
Get some what? Water in
water.
this?
Water.
Water.
Water for the sponge.
Water for the sponge.
Oh, that's not good. So this is the stage where we're gonna clean up the edges, bevel them, make them look like real nice leather edges, like you would see on a belt. So I did it to this belt actually, if you can see. Where is it? All right, how the edge is not rough or looks like it's been cut. It looks smooth versus what this edge looks like now. It's still a little rough and irritated, basically. So what we're gonna do is basically called edge beveling.
Edge beveling.
Edge beveling.
Beveling.
So I have a beveler tool.
It's
here.
irritated because you're irritating. Did you ever think of that?
Yeah, it's possible. So this is an edge beveler. You buy them in different sizes, kind of depending on what you want your edge to look like. And all we're going to do is take it, and it's got a blade basically on it, and we just run it along our edge to give it kind of that curve. So when we work the edge, and it also takes those little cut pieces out and things like that. Kind of helps you clean up your edge a bit. If you can do it good, you can do it in one pass. Boom.
Boom!
Like that. Oop, I missed this bit. But it rounds off that edge, makes it look a little bit better. And so whenever we go to actually smooth it, it'll actually smooth out and curve instead of being like flat and weird. And you want to kind of do it on both sides.
Reese loves the edge traveling. I do too.
So clean up the back end a little bit. Get rid of the humps. Evening out the edge is basically all we're doing.
Doing the thing, doing the thing.
So try to do this one at least quickly. And then we'll get Josh doing this next part because it's easy to do.
No. This is yours, man. I don't want to steal your thunder.
You're not stealing any thunder. Well, thunder, we got to do 3 pieces right now.
I mean, that's true.
Might as well just get it. Which one's there? Okay. 2. Important to remember which edges you've already beveled. So, all we're basically doing is taking that corner bit off where it's not 90 degree, it's more of a rounded edge.
And we're doing it on both sides. We're doing it on the underside and on the top side.
Exactly.
So that you can create a rounded or beveled shape around the outside of the leather.
And the blade on this is really sharp. I'm not using much pressure to do this. It just comes right off. It's actually really easy to use. Lots of videos out there on how to bevel an edge. It's not that difficult.
How to bevel edges.
Bevels of bezel.
Legends of bevelments.
So now that that part's done, we're going to take our, where'd it go? My whole toolbox over there. I don't remember what they call this, but
it is, if you showed this on TikTok, the paramedic guy would go,
don't.
No.
Basically, it's a leather smoother. It's got different sections for different lengths. But what we're going to do is take the leather, you take a sponge that's got some water in it, less than the water that's in this. Oh, it squirted. Again, not a kid's show. Rich free. Anyway, and we're just gonna wet the edge. Very simple. A little bit of water. You don't want to get it too wet, as they say. So we're gonna wet the edge down, and then you just take your smoother, and you just rub it back and forth. Doesn't take a lot, and the heat and the friction basically smooths that out, gets rid of all the little rough pieces, and gives you that nice, clean edge, as they would say.
Yeah, you want the friction.
You want friction. 100%.
Friction is good.
Controlled edging.
And more shoddy, yeah. He's rubbing one out live on YouTube.
I
What
know,
the
right?
hell, man?
Don't get us banned.
That kind of content is on our Only Geeks.
Only Geeks. We're making it Only Geeks. Here are the girls who made an Only Funerals, and it's just pictures of her hearse.
It's a good thing I didn't have some porn on my phone.
Everyone could see your phone. Just putting your own content.
Well, I had it right there. I have the stream up to make sure I can identify any technical issues.
All right. So if you can see how
Can you show the difference? Yeah, pull this one up.
So
and give them a
you
side
see
by
a fresh
side.
cut edge. There we go.
Oh,
This is
damn.
the fresh cut. This is the beveled, and then we got the fresh cut edge right underneath it. You see the difference?
Dude, that's a huge difference.
Right? And this is also helping to seal that. So when we get to the very end, we're going to seal the whole thing up with beeswax. But this actually helps protect the leather as well. It gives it that full edge seal. So water, dust, dirt, things like that nature aren't going to get inside the leather itself. And yeah, if you look at it, it looks
That's
good.
actually-
And you can actually feel it. It's really smooth now.
It has, okay, so like just feeling it, it has a finished feel to it.
Exactly. Just like any belt you would wear professionally, how it's got that like rounded,
Oh, that's
smooth
crazy.
feel. Right? And it's super easy to do. I didn't think it would be that simple, but it really is. It's that simple to do it. So if you want to take the sponge,
The sponge.
so you just
give
literally just
it a
dab the edges. You don't need to get them that wet. And just take it in friction. And I will continue beveling the rest of these.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Don't lose the tool.
That's good. Yeah, I don't want to lose my tool.
The other small thing that beveling helps is I still had my marks from when I traced it out on here, and now I've got rid of them, so they're not there anymore. It took off the pen marks.
Hey, that's cool. You know, that doesn't even take that long.
No, couple
That's
nice
like-
hard strokes, and that's it.
Bro! Fuck!
That's what you get.
Hi everyone, welcome to Two Geeks One Mic. These are the exact hijinks that you've been missing for the last couple of years,
Exactly.
and we're back. We're back,
Making our parents proud.
making our parents proud. One innuendo at a time. Oh god,
That's why I love it.
one of the many reasons.
Mm-hmm. It's a good time.
Woo! Sneezes. You know, it's even got like a sheen to it. Like
Mhm.
it shines.
It shines it up just a little bit.
It's kind of cool. Ice, baby.
It really cleans up those edges, especially when you screw them up while cutting. So you want to do this every time.
That is cool. That, you know what? I never would. Okay, this little wooden thing got the little ridges in it. I never would have ever
Guess that.
guessed
Yeah.
that it would have been such an effective, like, actual leather working
Mhm.
tool. That's
And you know, they
crazy.
do have nowadays like electric ones you can use. They look like the grinder wheels that you can buy for like your shop. And they just have a basic wooden dowel on it. You just rub it. But this is how it was done for thousands of years, and it still works to this day. It's awesome. I love it. Just clean up small bits on this edge because they're
Maybe
rough.
eventually we spring for the more expensive one though.
Oh, 100%. We're gonna buy.
If
some expensive
we do
stuff.
this, if we're gonna do this,
And like later with other projects, we're gonna do some sewing and stuff. So like on the sheath we showed you earlier, that sewing just that little sheath, that probably took me about 20 to 30 minutes to do that one little sew. Just because of the way you have to do it to keep it tight and things of that nature.
keep it tight
Keep it tight like a toiga.
like a tiger.
You know, it's eventually when you spring for like a leather sewing machine and things of that nature. Okay, ready. Lots of little bits get left over though for this.
It's a mess. Are you saying it's a messy process?
It's a little bit of a messy process.
I see notifications in the Black Tower Discord, and assuming that's more shoddy, taking screenshots.
And throwing them to the rest of the fandom.
If you want to join the 2 Geeks 1 Mic Discord, there is no 2 Geeks 1 Mic Discord, and frankly, I don't know that I want to make one. We'll see, maybe.
We'll look into it.
Who knows?
Maybe. Get us some more followers. And
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That'll be the.
The 1,100 we have is not enough.
Considering we don't have 1,100 people watching us right now.
We do not have 1,100 people watching this. But the people who are watching us, remember what you got to do. Like and subscribe.
Odd.
Because, oh, dude, maybe. I don't think that. Probably should cut that. I don't think that's gonna.
That's not good.
That's not gonna do the thing.
That's not gonna.
You know what? Come from the other side and just go as shallow as you can and get it out. Because if it's gonna be under this, you're probably gonna be able to cheat and kind of hide it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
Or if you put it on the top, we can do it like when we're trimming for your neck. If we decide.
True. I think we'll just stick it underneath and it'll be hidden. Hide our mistakes.
Andrew says he has 1,000 people in his office watching us right now.
Oh, I'm sure. So as you can see,
there's a pretty deep cut there.
Gosh, there you go.
And it's probably one that I'm not going to be able to just kind of smooth down.
Nope.
With the dowel
sure
here.
You can't.
So I'm gonna have him cut that out. Cut it out.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can
smooth that edge out as best we can.
Yeah, bevel that too, and then I'll get to work on rounding that down.
This is what we said though. We're going to be the guys who screw these things up.
That is true. And just so you guys get a recap of this, the whole idea behind this is we're not experts, and it's kind of disheartening. At least I think it is, and I'm sure some of you out there are going to resonate with this. It's kind of disheartening for me to be like, I'd like to learn a new hobby. And then you go to YouTube, and there's this guy that's like, I'm learning this new hobby. Look, it's perfect the first time. And you're like, fuck you. There's no way it's perfect the first time.
Right.
But that's kind of the, and I know people want to save time, and maybe they're not as charismatic as we are. And they just want to
knock it out.
They just want to knock it out and show people, hey,
get the video done.
Get the video done. We're doing it, and it is cool. Like, it's awesome to see what people can do. But I feel like what we want to do is we want to show you the struggle.
We're on the struggle bus.
We're riding that struggle bus, and we want you guys to know like what kinds of challenges we face, what kind of mistakes we're gonna make, coming across doing some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal here. And I'm sure, like, if we ever get like a person who is actually an experienced letterman, coming into our chat, I would like them to comment. Or if you have worked with leather, maybe you're not a professional leatherman, but you've worked with leather. If you're seeing mistakes that we're making, please point them out. Because this is the learning process.
We're all trying to learn.
That is the whole thing, you know, and that's the daily motto right there: is make Odin proud, learn one new thing a day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The next thing I want to do, because I was just thinking about how the process. I watched several different leather workers kind of do the little bit of designing I want to do on this one. I'm not going to go full blown carving it, or putting something crazy on it, because it's the first time we're doing it.
And we're at about an hour. So what we'll do is, I'm going to finish rubbing these down. We're going to talk about kind of our next steps.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll probably wrap it up there.
I'm down for that.
And then
we'll probably do a little bit more recording. We'll add on to the video before we post it on YouTube. But for your designing itself, you can look. There's people who do the cool carving in leather. I'm sure you guys have seen it all. That takes years of practice and experience.
To make it look good.
to make it look really good.
You can do it tomorrow and it'll look like crap, but
So-
you can do it tomorrow.
But an easy way to get around that. So I have here a embossing wheel. This was one of my pretty shiny at this leather shop, so I bought it. And I really liked it. So basically we're going to wet the leather, the edge of it at least. I'm going to wet that down, let it soak in to where it's malleable, and then you just run this wheel across, and it's going to leave the design that's on this wheel. So this is kind of like a little, almost like a kind of Celtic knot.
You know what you should do is get a piece of scrap leather and wet it down and show them.
I actually already did it on a different piece of scrap leather.
Okay, we'll go grab the scrap leather. Show them.
Can you tell we're related?
This is actually kind of exciting. I'm like, so again, the whole motto of trust the process. This is kind of cool. Just these couple of steps. I'm kind of going, hey, we've got viable leather going right now. This is,
and we are getting that through the process.
So I can show you two things right now. So this is the piece I did earlier. You can kind of see it's not as good because I'm testing when and where to do it as far as how long you let the water sit there, things of that. But that's the embossing wheel I have on right there, kind of like a Celtic, almost knot kind of continuous thing. And I'm planning on putting this around the edge. I have the other wheel that's bobbed wire. It just kind of came with the kit. But there's like hundreds of different wheels you can buy. I've been looking at a few different ones. The other thing I'll probably do, so with the belt, what I did was I bought this ruined stamp kit. So these are all the Nordic Viking runes in stamp. And then as you can see on the belts I created, I just stamped them in. And then I used leather paint to color them red to make them stand out. So you can see like this one that was a little messed up, so I didn't paint it. But that's what it does. It just basically puts the design. You use a hammer and this piece, you connect them to the stamp, and you just pound it into the leather itself to give it that design. And there's thousands of stamps you can buy all over the internet. It's just based on your style, what you want. I even found a place where you can do custom stamps. So we're going to look into that.
Do you think that maybe there's a reason that leather workers started making kink and BDSM leather stuff? Because they're like, you got to pound it. You got to get it wet.
There's so many innuendos.
You got to rub it.
As we touched on before, too, a couple other things we're going to look into doing is obviously burning leather. I have a leather burner. I tested some of that out here.
Which we did on our last episode.
We
Go
did on
check
our
that
last
out.
episode.
We did kind of an intro, so there's not a lot there, but you can still go there and check it all out. But yeah,
It's good fun. So that's the next kind of steps we're going to go into, getting that ready, and then obviously form fitting it. We're probably going to do the form fitting before our next episode, just so we have it formed, so we can show you how we're going to put it together and then actually put it on, and probably do the dyeing process as well. I'll video those and still post them so you can see it.
So go follow our Instagram. Follow us on Facebook
and YouTube.
And the YouTubuals.
And we will share all of it on there. Might be starting a TikTok account. I don't know. We're talking about it.
Do it.
We'll
figure it out. Okay.
We're in discussions.
So here we are. Okay, so as of tonight, in an hour-ish time, we have taken from our pattern, cut out the leather, and beveled and finished the edges of that leather.
Right.
Then you said next step is to form the leather.
Yeah. So we'll do the designing, because you want to do that before you form it. Because if we form it and it's now going to be stuck in the curve. Once we what we call water form it and actually turn it, it's going to be stuck like that. So it won't flatten out again. Which makes sense. You want it to stay in that rigid shape.
So any designs we want to put in there,
put it in before you form.
We're going to put it in before 100%. We form it. So we'll do the same thing what he was talking about. We'll put a little, wet it just a little bit. I didn't actually do it. We'll wet the surface a little bit. We'll use stamps, like he showed the beveler. We'll use the stamps to like put in the design. Then we're going to form it where it will hold its shape, and then that's going to be rivet those together.
Yeah, we'll dye it whatever color.
Dye it.
We dye it the colors that we desire, just so we make sure we get the whole piece, and then we'll do the riveting, and we're actually going to put it together with leather straps that'll go behind it, and then rivet it together. Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. Okay, so that's it for this week. We're gonna continue making progress on this. We will continue documenting that. You should continue tuning in and telling all your friends to like and subscribe. And so far, we are. How much money would you say you're into with
everything I bought?
So like the gigantic, he bought a gigantic, like he said, like a half a cow
of hide,
which was what, $200?
Yep, somewhere around there.
So if you get a smaller piece, obviously it's going to be
right, and they
cheaper.
break them into different pieces. You get quarter pieces. I've even bought. They're basically practice squares, but they're probably 2 times bigger than this square right here.
So you could probably cut them out of that too.
And you can cut. That's what I cut all the straps for the bottles out of.
And
I bought those for $20.
That would be another way that your patterning would come in handy. You can
100%.
make a pattern for a couple bucks. You just go buy some construction paper and measure that out.
Yep.
Call it a day. Take that pattern to your local leather store. See where you think you can get some cheap cuts of leather. Maybe they've got some scrap pieces that are big enough to, facilitate what you need.
Exactly.
The tools that we've used so far.
I'm probably
an X-Acto knife, and these two. So far, what I'm trying to get at is how expensive is the project so far?
These 3 tools together probably cost me around $40 to $50.
Okay, so we're about
hard. Plus maybe the mats. We're probably at around 60.
So we're talking at around $60 ish.
So $260 is what we're probably.
Yeah, so we're about $260 into the project, and again, that's with a full side of leather.
Which you don't.
If you get a fully functional piece of leather on Etsy, like that's kind of where you're looking for. That's probably not that expensive.
No.
But you also don't know the quality of the product you're getting.
True.
So, but again, I want to like stress that the whole process, if you decide to pick up leatherworking, I want you to understand exactly what we are jumping into and explain that full process out. So,
100%.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching us as we struggle through leatherworking.
Our first episode of leatherworking.
This is going to be awesome. Like I said, I'm real excited about making leather armor. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be super. And hopefully, if we do it right, it's going to look super good when we're done. And we're going to have a super awesome Warder leather armor cosplay ready for JordanCon in April and any other convention that we decide we want to take it to.
100%.
So awesome. So thanks so much for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for being geeky. And we hope you leave here just a little bit more geeky than you were when you first got here. From all of us here at 2 Geeks, 1 Mike. I am Josh.
I'm Eamon. We will catch you next time.
And stay geeky.